So here we are, Zwift number 14, another fresh and outer race. This is stage 3, the loop-de-loop. It's 25k, 260 meters of incline, which is far too much for me, so this is not a race that I'm going to enjoy. But I joined very early so that I could get a good place in the pen. You can see once again I'm out there riding hard at the start to get a good position so that I can just ease off and get everybody else to join me. We're at double speed here, so obviously you can see that, you know, we're going quicker than others. So the rest of the group starts to come together, and a group of around 40 starts to form, and I'm in the middle of it all. But I know very, very soon after getting into a race whether my legs feel good or not. It's been a week since I last rode, which is a bit disappointing. And this incline's not going to help me get a good understanding of where we are. But I'm up there and I'm in the main group, so feeling good about it. But I can feel that my legs are like lead at the moment. There is a backstory to this ride. I could have ridden on Friday night around about 4 o'clock after finishing work, but I was on my works due, leaving the house around 6, so I chose not to go around 4 o'clock. Saturday was a complete disaster after the works due, so this is me having an understanding as to whether riding the bike after a works night out is the right thing to do. So you will get an understanding of that as the race pans out. But you can see that after 2k I'm up in the main group. I feel alright, I feel good, but my legs feel like jelly, so let's see how it gets on. So jump forward a little bit now. We're 5k into the race. We've got 20k to go, and still in a big group. There's about 40 of us in the group. It starts to stretch out a little bit here. You can see on the mini map in the bottom right hand corner, it's undulating up and down through the next few kilometres, and in preparation for the big uphill that's to come. But my concern is the group's going to split. You can see that I'm 26th position, and already the groups are starting to split, so it's a big concern of mine that whether I can keep hold of them or not. So I've been pushing hard there over the last few 100 metres, and hoping that this group that have just shot past me will help me attach back onto that main group. And eventually that's what does happen. I'm working hard with them, and as we go over the start finish line, you'll see that the group starts to come back together, which is a good thing from my point of view. But I'm fully aware, with an average wattage of 255, that I'm pushing far too hard. I've been riding well over the last few weeks, and it's been more positive, but I can tell by the way I feel at the moment that I'm not going to be able to sustain this, especially with this big incline to come. But we're back together. There's about 40 of us in here, but I'm certainly not in a position where I can push off out the front. I've got a race score of 303, so this top of the category is 350. I've still not got a proper understanding of how good that compares to everybody else within the group. I know I'm obviously not at the top of the ability within the group, and that's why I always feel that I'm just hanging on. So I'm halfway up this steep incline here. I've been stretched, the group's been stretched out. You can see in the top right hand corner how the group's all stretched out, and I'm really struggling here now, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep hold of everybody else. There's a few in front of me, just in front of me, that I'll try and keep hold of, but it's going to be a struggle. So top of the KOM, you can see that I'm now being distanced by everybody. I'm 33rd and nowhere near anybody else really. I've got somebody who's 4 seconds in front, but you can see that quite a few riders are 15 seconds ahead. Got a couple just behind me, but I'm completely isolated now, so it's going to be a bind to the end and a very lonely ride. So you can see that I get caught by Wicks here. I use him in my draft on this downhill towards the end. We've got Pickering ahead of us by 14 seconds. That gap completely closes towards the end of the race, and just as we go over the bridge around the corner in a minute, you can see that I put a bit of a spurt on and I'm able to leave Wicks towards the end of the race. So yeah, it was a hard ride, no energy really, and just wanting to push hard, trying to push other people, just trying to push my own ability. Today wasn't the day. My average watts were down around the 220 mark, and I've been able to get it around 240, 245 recently. So that was disappointing, but understandable. So, really just lesson 1 to everybody: don't try and ride after a works night out.